Insight waste and waste site cleanup as we continue to evolve and think about ways to invite more inclusion. I am very excited to introduce new content to round out our discussions at this advisory committee meeting. And for the first time presenting at this venue, we today have the LSP board and the LSP Association that will be providing report outs. And the great news is that it's not just today, but they will be presenting on every quarter from here on out. So with that, I would like to welcome Terry Wood, the Executive Director of the Massachusetts Board of Registration of Hazardous Waste Site Cleanup Professionals, the LSP Board.
Thanks, Millie, and thank you so much for inviting us. We're excited to join today and in the future to give you updates about what's going on at the board. So I'm just going to give some short updates about our current initiatives and what the board is currently focused on. One is for people that might not be aware, just to let you know, the board now has an online portal as part of ePlace that was rolled out in the fall of 2023. It allows LSPs to submit renewals electronically. It allows applicants, people that are interested to become LSPs, to submit applications online. Approved applicants can sign up to take the LSP exam online. All fee payments, annual renewal payments, annual fees, any application-related fees can now be paid electronically. The board will still accept checks, but it's very easy now to pay online. The board now sends reminders and notices by email. So, and so far that program seems to be working pretty well. We are still continuing to refine things. We're finding out some instructions could be clear, et cetera. But we just want to let everybody know if you encounter any issue submitting any information, feel free to contact the board by email or give the board a call, and we will return your inquiry as soon as we can to try to assist you. The next thing the board is currently working on is updating the LSP exam. Right now, we're going through all existing exam questions to make sure they're consistent with the recent amendments to the MCP. The board is also working on it, coming up with additional questions. So instead of having 3 versions of the exam, which we currently have, we're hoping to add a 4th one. The goal is to try to have the updated exams ready by the end of this year. The next thing that the board is working on is amending the LSP regulations. Potential amendments include changes to reflect the fact that now things can be submitted electronically, that now the board issues notices electronically and people can make payments electronically. The amendments will also be focused on changes to the continuing education requirements for LSPs and also clarifying requirements for online continuing education classes. The board hopes to begin the public promulgation process for those amendments in the near future. So as with all regulations, there'll be proposed amendments that will be issued publicly, so people will have a chance to review and comment on them before they become final. And the last thing the board is working on is our disciplinary investigations. Right now, the board is actively working to conclude all open LSP cases and is committed to working expeditiously on all disciplinary investigations. And we are here, the staff is more than happy to answer any questions, to offer any assistance to LSPs, applicants, or the public. So that's it. And thank you so much for inviting us.
Thank you, Terry. It's wonderful to hear all this work that you are carrying on as executive director. We're delighted to have you here, and we certainly welcome you in future meetings. Thank you for accepting our offer to participate.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. Along those lines, I'd like to ask for a representative from the LSP Association. I believe Joe Roman is going to be providing us with some remarks. Or it could be perhaps Wendy Rundle. So either or, you're welcomed.
Yeah, hi, Millie. Joe's here. I'll report out. I just want to echo Terry's gratitude. Very happy to be reporting out today and looking forward to doing so in the future. So a few updates on our initiatives. First one, status update on the home heating oil bill at the legislature. Many of you know that the LSPA for many years has been trying to advance a bill that would provide insurance coverage for home heating oil spills. Or unfortunately, the bill did not make its way out of the House Ways and Means Committee by the end of the session that ended July 31st. There's still a possibility that it could pass before the end of the calendar year, but the likelihood is quite low. So the LSPA does expect to reintroduce the bill in the upcoming session. Another update, the LSPA had a meeting with the Department of Revenue on the Brownfield Tax Credits Program. I'll provide a brief update. I wasn't there, but I know Millie and Wendy, you did attend. You might have some additional detail. But essentially, LSPA was invited by Assistant Secretary of Administration Mark Fine to attend a meeting on July 30th, along with NIAP and MassDEP, to discuss the Brownfields Tax Credit Program. For the LSPA, it was Keith Delaware of Haley Aldrich, Eileen Gladstone, GEI, Jim Curtis of Cooperstown Environmental, and then Wendy represented the LSPA as Executive Director. And Millie, I know you attended on behalf of MassDEP. To summarize the meeting, in essence, the practitioner's opinion is that the Brownfields Tax Credit Program is really developed to encourage redevelopment of brownfields. Therefore, MCP compliance costs associated with redevelopment should be covered under the program. The Department of Revenue's position is that only MCP compliance costs associated with achieving a permanent solution should be covered. So there is, in many cases, quite a gap there in what might be covered. It sounds as if there wasn't much ground gained from either side during the meeting. I think by the end of the meeting, it was identified some potential paths forward are either to make a change in the statute to help and get some middle ground, or potentially litigate to get some clarification on how the statute should be interpreted. Also, I believe NIAP and the LSPA suggested in the future maybe implementing pre-planning meetings so that redevelopers can meet with DOR and get a better sense, get some clarity, improve communication on the project, and get a better understanding of what costs might be covered. Wendy and Millie, did I miss any details there on that meeting?
My only comment would be that we see this as a partnership that I know can definitely work. MassDEP does not get involved with regards to how the Department of Revenue exercises its authority under regulation, but we did see some opportunity for pre-meeting and pre-screening of cases, projects. And as I articulated at that particular meeting, MassDEP is always doors wide open to talk about a particular site with its strategies. I know, serving as a past regional director, we used to invite folks to come in and share their thoughts and concerns regarding how to move forward on projects, and especially very complicated projects. So to that end, we recognize it's often a challenge, and we will continue to provide not only assistance to the LSP community, but obviously also to our sister agency, DOR, as it pertains to any incoming questions, concerns regarding the 21E, specifically the 21E statute and permanent solutions. So this is one that we're tracking and watching. And it was very helpful for MassDEP to be there to listen firsthand the challenges associated, say, with any complicated projects and strategies regarding, cost associated with getting to a permanent solution. So it's on our radar. We stand ready to assist in any way, specifically as it pertains to technical issues on arriving at a permanent solution.
Great, thank you, Millie. Two more brief updates. September 12th, we'll be having a live LSPA member meeting in the Westboro Doubletree Hotel. All are invited. Feel free to go to our website and register. We're very happy to announce that we'll be presenting a Lifetime Achievement Award to retired Assistant Commissioner Liz Callahan for her many years of service, really acknowledging her years of collaboration and being a great partner to the LSPA on various issues. So we're very happy that Liz will be in attendance and that we can give that award. And then last update on our West Grant project. Many of you might know that the LSPA periodically funds projects that help advance various issues relevant to the waste site cleanup practice. Right now, there's a project underway by Haley and Aldrich in which they're compiling data from redevelopment projects where there's asbestos in soil, and there's data to really help identify asbestos fibers identified during air monitoring. The intent and the objective really is to generate data to help get a sense of what the conditions really are when it comes to movement of soil with asbestos. The intent is really to compile these findings, hopefully get a really guide a more realistic cleanup strategy, policies, disposal guidance, really get some more clarity on what exposures might actually be occurring during these projects. We do expect a presentation on that project at a future LSPA meeting, hopefully before the end of the year. And it seems like a really good project, be really helpful. So we're looking forward to it. And those are my updates, Millie.
Fantastic, Joe. I look forward to also learning a little bit more about the asbestos in soil. And we very often collaborate with the Bureau of Air and Waste asbestos program, seeing that we share that particular sector. So looking forward to more engagement on this very important topic. And thank you for the leadership on that particular project. And we'll see you on September 12th.